What's going on, guys? This is Coach Sean from A1 Fitness. Hope we're all doing amazing, and I'm just coming to you today for part 3 of the 5 video series of the 5 principles of good nutrition. And as I say, this is the 3rd video, and so principle 3, which is all about as food processing increases, nutrient density decreases. So minimally processed whole foods. So we know the stuff: grains, nuts, eggs, fish. They contain a vast selection of vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, which are basically just plant nutrients, and zoonutrients, which are animal nutrients. Okay, so science in general is just still unraveling exactly what nutrients do what. A wealth of research is still going on, and it points to one resounding conclusion: humans are healthier when they consume more whole foods and fewer refined ones. Okay, so this is probably because the greater the degree of processing that's been going on since about the 50s, 1950s, the higher the likelihood that a food has lost its nutritional value, such as decrease in fiber, essential fatty acids, vitamins, minerals. Again, those phytonutrients as well have gone down. All right, it has gained additives. All right, so additives have gone up, preservatives have also gone up, fillers like stuff to make it taste nice, sugar, extra salt or sodium, and then unhealthy fats and or refined starch. All of this stuff brings the process level right up and is not too good for our bodies. This is a lot easier to see when you actually compare specific whole foods to their more highly processed equivalents. So let's think about it this way: a less processed steak and potato dinner, right, often contains about 350 fewer calories and a fraction of the sodium as the fast food burger and fries that we get from any fast food joint, your Burger King, your McDonald's, your big rolls and Subway and all that sort of stuff. And it contains a hell of a lot more protein, fiber, and other nutrients as well, which is obviously what we're looking for. And that's just one comparison. Okay, so you could literally analyze any whole food along with its more refined counterpart and see very, very similar differences in the calories, sodium, and nutrients. Okay, really, really important. So it actually makes sense then that a diet rich in minimally processed whole foods can lead to lower risk rates of heart disease, cancer, depression, type 2 diabetes, and so many other health issues. Minimally processed whole foods are actually really, really rich in fiber and or protein, two of the nutrients that actually help to bolster satiety, or basically, the satisfaction of eating food, and what actually keeps us full. And they then tend to have fewer calories per serving than those highly processed refined foods. And both of these traits make it easier for us to control our weight. Okay, so by having more of the whole foods and less of the processed foods. So one randomized controlled trial even found that people ate a stunning 500 more calories per day when they consumed a diet rich in ultra processed foods, right, compared to a diet rich in minimally processed whole foods. And that's essentially the equivalent of consuming an extra meal every day. Think about that for a minute. Okay, so in fact, minimally processed whole foods may be what all these diets share in common. Think about it: all these keto ones, low carbs and everything like that. What if the common denominator is all down to whole foods? And I'm not just saying a what if, like the science has proven that this is most likely the common denominator, and it's what we should mostly be focusing on. So recent studies have shown that participants experience the same amount of weight loss, regardless of carb or fat intake, as long as they minimize their consumption of refined sugars, flours, and other processed foods, while emphasizing and eating more whole foods like vegetables. They also experience similar improvements in blood pressure, insulin, glucose, and cholesterol levels. Okay, so really a lot of changes here that is really, really good for the body. So you're probably just asking what this means for you. Sean, you told me all this great information. Okay, sweet. What's it mean for me? So I'm literally 100% confident about the importance of whole foods, team. All right, and we're extremely confident about something else. Progress is much more important than perfection. Okay, remember that. Progress is much more important than perfection. So rather than separating foods into a whole and not whole category, imagine a spectrum. Okay, so as food becomes more processed and refined, it loses that little bit of nutritional power. So the goal with whole foods isn't just to get things perfect, but instead focus on making them just a little bit better. So think about it this way: a rotisserie chicken, or you're going to get from the supermarket, it may not be pasteurized, may not sort of be lovingly hand raised. It may not be this fancy pants, Sean's, massive chicken roasted in a high-end convection oven, but it's a hell of a lot better than the chicken nuggets that you're going to get from McDonald's and just any other chicken nuggets in general. Okay, so guys, that's a breakdown of principle number 3, okay, on why as food processing increases, nutrient density decreases.